Hello everyone, welcome to lecture series A1, a German grammar series for learners who want to quickly pass their exam. Today we are learning one of the most important basics of German grammar, personal pronouns, which are called Personalpronomen auf Deutsch. By the end of this video, you will know how to use personal pronouns in German language and how they replace names, people, and things in German sentences. I have also linked a free vocabulary and worksheets for this lecture below. So, personal nouns are small words that we use instead of names. So instead of repeating a name again and again, we use words like I, you, he, she, we, and they. And in German language, they are called Personalpronomen. So for example, if you want to say Anne is learning German, Anne is reading a book. So, of course, this sounds repetitive. Better would be that Anne is learning German. She is reading a book. So here you see she replaces Anne. So in German language, we would say Anne lernt Deutsch. Yeah? So if we say that without using Personalpronomen, Anne liest ein Buch. Right? But it would be better if you use Personalpronomen. So, Anne lernt Deutsch. Sie liest ein Buch. And here, sie means she. So there are two types of Personalpronomen. Singular, Singular, Einzahl. Zum Beispiel, for example, I in English, but in German language, it will be ich. And then you, informal. It will be du in German language. And you, but formally, if you are saying to somebody, formal you would be sie. He would be er. Then she would be sie. It would be es in German language. And then there are plural pronouns, which are Pluralpronomen, Mehrzahl. That would be, for example, we will be wir, you all. So that would be informal, you all, but plural. We will say ihr in German language, and then you, formal. And also it goes for plural. That would be sie, and they would be sie as well. Now let us learn via examples. We will start with I, ich. If you want to say I am learning German, you would say it like Ich lerne Deutsch. And now you, but informal. That is du. It is just like these genders are also used in other languages, but in English it is only you. But if, for example, you speak Urdu, it is just like tum and ab. For example, you, that would be tum. For example, if you want to say you are nice, you would say du bist nett. And then if you want to use he, that would be er auf Deutsch. Zum Beispiel, for example, if you want to say Lukas comes from Germany, he lives in Berlin. So, Lukas kommt aus Deutschland. Er wohnt in Berlin. And for sie, she, for example, if you want to say Maria drinks coffee, she drinks coffee. You would say Maria trinkt Kaffee. Sie trinkt Kaffee. And for it is es. Zum Beispiel, for example, if you want to say the child is playing, it is playing. In German language, all the nouns which are starting with das, in English we use it for them, but in German language it is das. It is third gender, as we have already covered it in the previous lecture. So we would say das Kind spielt, and then es spielt. Or you could also say das Buch ist interessant. Es ist interessant. Let's move forward to plural Personalpronomen, plural personal pronouns, which are actually Mehrzahl. Let's start with we, wir. If you want to say we are learning German, how would you say it? Wir lernen Deutsch. And then you all, which is actually a plural but also informal. So if you want to say you all are students, for example, if I'm saying that you all are students, I will say ihr seid Studenten. And now for they, sie, if I want to say Lucas and Maria are reading, I would say Lukas und Maria lesen. And of course, I will not repeat it. I would say they are reading. And so instead of they, what would I use? Sie lesen. Lesen means reading. And now, let's move forward to the last example. Formal. You. For example, when we say up in Urdu or Hindi, so that would be Sie. So if you want to say someone, you speak German, you would say Sie sprechen Deutsch. And remember that Sie and specifically S from Sie is always capital, even if it is in the middle of the sentence. So that is it for today's lesson on personal pronouns, Personalpronomen. Now you know how to use ich, du, sie, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie und sie. And don't forget that for you formal, S of the Z is always capital. Rest you can keep small. And don't forget to download the free vocabulary and worksheets linked below. If this lesson helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you are preparing for the A1 exam, I have also created a 30-day A1 exam journal with exam information and daily practice. The link is below and it is available on Etsy. See you in the next lecture.